Welcome to episode 2 of Hastings College Van Talk. So we've already surpassed Barstool Sports. Sorry, not sorry. Will Reynolds.
Once again, Jerod Fox.
The one and only Jerod Fox. And we're going to recap day 1 of pool play at the National Volleyball Championship. So we'll start with Pool A. Number 1 overall seed Lindsey Wilson defeating Texas Wesleyan in 3 straight sets. Not really a surprise there at all. They remained undefeated on the season, only lost 1 set so far this season, and that was way back in the beginning of the year. So then in that bracket, Jamestown defeated Cornerstone in 5 sets. However, Jamestown did blow a 2-0 lead and then eventually won the 5th set 15-8. So kind of surprising there, I guess. Cornerstone was kind of the favorite. They'll take on Texas Wesleyan tomorrow. Then moving down to Pool B, we had Viterbo beat Our Lady of the Lake, straight sets, 3-0 sweep. Not surprising really at all there either. And then Eastern Oregon swept Georgetown. Now over to Pool C, Jerod.
Pool C, we saw the defending champions Hastings College take on Embry-Riddle. Really no trouble for the Broncos in that one, as I think most people expected. Took the first set very handily, 25-10, and then took the next 2 25-19, 25-19. And then the next one was in Pool C was Montana Tech over Madonna. That one was 3-1. Madonna actually won the first set in that one, and it took a couple of big set comebacks for Montana Tech to actually pull that one out. In Pool D, Dordt took on Ottawa, beat them 3-0. Really pretty easy match for Dordt. The defenders, the defending runner-ups, starting off pool play with a big win. And in the last match of the day in Pool D was Missouri Baptist taking on Northwest. That was another 3-0 victory in favor of Missouri Baptist. Had a close, tight first set, but after that it was all Missouri Baptist.
And I will say, Northwest did look pretty good in that first set. They forced the extra points, so it went 26-24. Eventually, Baptist won it, but Northwest did look pretty good. They come from the Cascade Conference, way out west in the Pacific Northwest, and that's a pretty tough league. They play Westmont College, and Westmont was the number 1 seed last year. So moving down to Pool E, we had Northwestern beat Lourdes, and that wasn't really a surprise either. Anna Keel and AJ Horseman did their things for the Red Raiders. Lourdes looked a little competitive, but in the end, the Gray Wolves, who actually wear orange uniforms for some reason, they took the L. And then College of Idaho and Bellevue, we saw Idaho win that one in 4 sets. Bellevue did get a set over Idaho, but Idaho prevailed, and Ashley Pagan had, I think, 22 kills to lead the Yotes in that game. And then moving over to Pool F, Westmont, like I said, they beat St. Xavier in 4 sets, and then Midland beat Marion. So day 1, GPAC was undefeated.
Yeah, as could be expected, one of the best conference in the nation. I don't think there's really any contesting that. The Cascade, as you said, pretty good, some good teams coming out of that conference, but when it comes to the GPAC, there's really no matching them. The last 2 pools, Pool G, we saw Park take on Indiana Wesleyan. That one was a little bit of a surprise. Park was expected to win that one, probably running away, but Indiana Wesleyan was able to force them to the 5th set, and Park eventually did prevail 15-12 in that final set. And then the second match in Pool G was Corbin over Missouri Valley. Corbin looked really good in that one. They have some good hitters, and their hitting percentage, they hit .425, I think, in the first set, which anytime you can do that, you're probably going to be winning that set. So we'll see if Corbin can take down the top seed in their pool when they take on Park. Moving on to the final pool was Pool H. Grandview took on Tabor. Tabor looked good. They were scrappy. They played well, but eventually Grandview just had the size over them. There wasn't really a whole lot that the Blue Jays could do. And then the final match was Morningside taking on Columbia. And Morningside comes into the tournament with an 18-12 record. But
host seed.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't even be in the tournament if it weren't for the host seed. But they come in and they sweep Columbia 3-0, and that kind of just shows the power of the GPAC.
I think more than anything, Morningside just kind of got better in their time off between now and between the end of their regular season and then now. Because Columbia had a heck of a year. I think 28-6 coming into the national championship, and then they won the national championship 2 years ago. So. And so, Jerod, we had the opening ceremonies following that Grandview and Tabor game, which actually pushed the tournament back about an hour because they did go into that fourth set. But the opening ceremonies, a pretty special moment for Hastings College, revealing their 2016 national championship banner.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the first national championship for that Hastings volleyball team. I know they were all looking forward to it, and the reveal was just as special as I think they expected. And of course, the lining up of all the teams, spelling out NAIA on that first court. This year, the execution, the N and the A were a little bit too far left. The I and the last A had lots of room over there. I'm just saying, whoever's in charge of that, maybe we can work on it next year.
I thought it was a pretty cool moment when the teams exchanged gifts. You know, they bring, each team brings an item from the campus of their school, and then they trade it with their first round opponent. So that's a pretty cool moment in the opening ceremonies, and obviously the whole NAIA thing. Everyone gets together, then we all, say a prayer, do the national anthem. Pretty cool moment. But more action to get to, Jerod. Tomorrow, second day of pool play. What are the matches that you're looking at?
Well, there are going to be a few good ones tomorrow, I think. First off, Jamestown and Lindsey Wilson. Lindsey Wilson, as you said, only lost one set on the year. But they're going to be facing some tough competition tomorrow in Jamestown. Jamestown came out and surprised Cornerstone. They're playing very well. And Lindsey Wilson, while they're a force to be reckoned with, they don't always see as tough a competition as some of the other teams in this tournament. So it'll be interesting to see when they get into the grit and grind of things, facing teams like Jamestown or like Cornerstone, how they're able to pan out. Another one that I think we can look forward to is Marion versus Westmont. That one's going to be at 2 tomorrow. And then finally, Columbia versus Tabor. Both of those teams lost, but Columbia kind of a disappointing loss, and Tabor came out and played really well. So we'll see if that carries over into tomorrow, and they're able to maybe ride on their high from yesterday and continue to beat down on Columbia, maybe push their morale down a little bit. What games are you looking forward to, Will?
Well, first of all, that Tabor game, they went to that fourth set and they lost themselves, basically. The last point was a service error into the net, unfortunately, for the Blue Jays. But, the games that I'm looking forward to are actually all games that involve GPAC teams. So first, Bellevue versus Northwestern. We saw Bellevue lost to College of Idaho. Northwestern beat Lourdes. Both Bellevue's a Nebraska school. Northwestern's an Iowa school, kind of a rivalry there. Bellevue not too far down the road. Northwestern not too far away from Sioux City here either. And I just think that they both are going to put up a fight. Northwestern, I'm expecting to win that game. And then Morningside versus Grandview. Morningside did get the win over Columbia, and then Grandview got the win over Tabor. Morningside looked pretty powerful getting the sweep over Columbia. I'm looking forward to watching them again tomorrow. And then we have Northwest versus Dordt. So Northwest, like we said, Cascade Conference. It's their first national championship berth this season. And then Dordt College, storied program, right down the road. I'm sure they'll be out in numbers with their fan base. That game's at all three of those games are at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. So it's going to be just an outstanding 3 games on courts 1, 2, and 3. So Jerod, anything in particular that you're looking forward to tomorrow as pool play continues?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the hotel has a pretty good breakfast. Dinner tomorrow is supposed to be pot roast and mashed potatoes. Meat and potatoes, you can never go wrong there. Plus, just great national championship volleyball. What about you?
Continental breakfast, for sure. Pretty good biscuits and gravy going on in the mornings. And then, the food's just fantastic. And obviously, being part of HC Media and being the broadcast crew, we get, meals for free. So that's pretty awesome. And then just kind of being at the national championship, like you said, it's going to be a lot of fun volleyball and a lot of great things to look at, Jerod. That'll do it for Hastings College Van Talk. We'll be back same place, same time tomorrow to recap day 2 of the national tournament and pool play. See you then.